Welcome back to another episode of Amanda's Kitchen. Today I am making shepherd's pie. I can't wait to show you how to make it. It's simple, easy, and of course, delicious. What I love about this recipe is that it can easily be doubled, it can be frozen, and you can make plenty to share. Let's get to the kitchen. Here we are in the kitchen. We're gonna post the recipe and the ingredients in the description below. To get started, we're gonna take our butter and put it in a big pan. The recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of butter, but I'm going to double this recipe, so I've got a whole stick. It's gonna look like a lot because it is. I'll get the heat on. We're gonna let our butter melt. We're gonna add our onions until they're softened. Go ahead and add our onions. This will be about 1 onion chopped. Here's the shortcut. If you're a busy mom or short on time, there's some shortcuts that you can take. For example, for the onions, I buy them frozen and already diced or chopped. This is in the freezer section and it costs about $1. It saves on time and tears. If you're like me and you cut an onion, your eyes water a lot, so this takes that out of it. Another shortcut is I buy my vegetables frozen too, and again, it's only about $1 in the freezer section, and it is a game changer. You can buy canned vegetables as well. You can buy fresh, but I like to buy frozen. You can get these in the frozen section for about $1 per bag. So our onions are translucent, and we are going to add our frozen vegetables to let them cook as well. Get those right in. Oh, it smells so good in here. That butter and onions makes everything smell good. Give that a good stir and let it cook. I'm going to brown the meat in a separate pan. Okay. And I'm using my handy dandy Pampered Chef chop and stir. So it gets the meat into really bite-sized pieces as it cooks. Okay. You'll want to season your hamburger meat to taste. I like to use garlic salt. And because we have 2 pounds, I'll use quite a bit because it's going to flavor the rest of the meal. I like to use Montreal steak seasoning. It's really good and adds a lot of flavor, a depth to the meat. As usual, we like the Creole on a lot of our meals.
Adds a kick.
Yeah, it does. And then just cracked pepper. There we go. Once your hamburger meat is browned, drain it and add it to your vegetables. Give your vegetables a good stir. To our hamburger meat, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of beef broth and a few dashes of Worcestershire. I love Worcestershire. How do you say Worcestershire?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Worcester.
Worcester.
Worcester. Worcestershire. Now that we have our beef mixture cooked and combined, we're going to add it to our vegetables. Carefully, don't waste a drop of it. Combine. This looks so good. And we're going to let this cook for just a few minutes together before we add it to the dish. As usual, taste test along the way to see if it needs more Worcestershire or salt, pepper, any spices to your tasting. All right, we're all set to put the mixture into our dishes. As you see here, I have 2 dishes, and as I mentioned before, this is an easy recipe to double. And the reason that I like to double a recipe is to make one for ourselves and one to give away. This meal is going to go to a local foster family that we support, and I think they're really going to like it. So here's what you do. To make it even, I bring a ladle in and just distribute evenly. So the next step is to top this off with mashed potatoes. Speaking of mashed potatoes, I may never make mashed potatoes again because I have found this at Costco. So it comes in a 2-pack, and you can freeze it or you can use it whenever you get home and keep it in the refrigerator. But it's Main Street Bistro, all natural. They taste really good. They're made with real potatoes, and your guest or your family will never know the difference that you didn't slave for hours and hours peeling potatoes. So,
mashing them.
Mashing them, yes. So let me show you what you do. You just pop them in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Just follow the directions on the package. And from there, you'll just take a spoonful and put it on top. I'll use 1 container per family. This is the easiest meal, you guys. It comes together quickly as usual. So once you get your mashed potatoes in there, you just spread it around. And that's dinner. We'll put this in the oven, preheated 400-degree oven for 30 minutes or until golden brown. And dinner served. Time to taste test. Those vegetables are good. The mashed potatoes are on point. It's salty and healthy and hearty. It's gonna be for a great family dinner.
Yummy. Good. Really good.
What do you like most about it?
It's warm.
It's warm.
That's warm. Yummy.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going to. Why is that so hard to say? To brown the meat in a separate pan.
Ah!
Let's get to the kitchen. That's about all I can do.
All right, one more normal time. Oh my word. Layla's cleaning up after us. What do you think, Layla? You like it?
She nodded her head.